Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Thingamajig Racing channel. We are here with the Full Throttle Racing for their penultimate event before the end of the championship. It's round 16, 17 and 18 in the next generation touring cars revival, ladies and gentlemen. They're using the Renault Megane and a Group 4 car painted in the glorious colours of the last 10 years, I believe, of British touring cars. An homage, one would say. It's been a fascinating season. We thought after last season, seeing how the McEwen absolutely dominated, that this was going to be pretty straightforward, but no, we've had upsets, we've had twists, we've had turns in this championship, ladies and gentlemen. It has been one of the good ones, with lots and lots of racing. Very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you up to date with those tables. The points after, was it Road Atlanta last time round? Wow. So, here we go. At the top, we've got SCLD, EMF, KLF, 227 points, ladies and gentlemen, leading the championship. Bravo to him. Being chased, though, by last season's champion McEwen on 216 points. 11 points in it. It's tight. This. Oh. E. Graham is in third on 193 points, with Evil Dragon in fourth on 181 points. We have the Groot in fifth on 160 points, with JW in sixth on 157 points. St. Dash is seventh on 149 points, with Adam in eighth on 115 points. We've got Jokerman in ninth on 92 points, with Wadwick in 10th on 68 points. We've got Ghost of Leon in 11th on 18 points, with the Dre, don't forget about the Dre, in 12th on 10.5 points. The Constructors is quite tight as well. We've got Redstone at the top with 376 points, with, I think, Power Max Racing in second on 374 points, 2 points adrift. But we've got eBay in third on 264.5 points, with Ginsters in fourth on 227 points. Pertec of fifth on 225 points, so a battle there between the Pertecs and Ginsters to look out for. Sixth is AMD on 102.5 points, and Rocket seventh on 18 points. That's how it stands. They're going to do 3 rounds this evening, ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure. And at least one of those rounds, they have to use the Racing Hard tyre. Are you prepared? Oh, we're at Deep Forest, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it's Deep Forest. I'm only going by the map. Trial Mountain, not Deep Forest. Oops. I think I've hashtagged this as Deep Forest. It's Trial Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. What's a mistake? I don't know. They all look the same to me, the pretend tracks. I like them, don't get me wrong. I'm not slating them, but I don't pay much attention to the shapes and such what. Deep Forest, Trial Mountain, you know, they're all similar. The hot brew is good. So here we are then, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally reached the end of the week, the end of the month. We are now moving in to that zone, the Xmas zone. And yes, fear your wallets, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for commerce to absolutely indulge themselves in your hard-earned cash. Good luck with that. But we got through another week, and that's the most important thing. No rants tonight. Apparently it's fixed. I've just seen a couple of YouTube videos, and yeah, it's safe. It's fixed. It wasn't as broken as people were making it out to be, wasn't it? I never played the game. PMR I'm talking about. and never played the game, but it's by all accounts super again. But these are the same YouTubers that were telling you it was okay before release, and it was so truly utterly buggered. So I don't know if you want to put too much heed in what they're saying, but apparently the vibe on the street is patch 2 is a winner. So it'll be a goodbye to me soon then, with all the guys rushing off, because I'm not buying it until they get VR. I only play in VR now. Thank you, Gran Turismo. That's your fault. But I am into the fully immersed, fully transformed into the car kind of driver now. That's the only way I want to do it. I'm spoiled. So Adam and JW, the only two out on track. We are really virtually on top of qualifying, so they'll be prepping themselves. They'll be dusting themselves off, getting into their zones for a hard qualifying session. And as I said, the penultimate event, so one more after this, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see if the Megane comes back. I've got a feeling it might not. I've enjoyed the Megane, but I understand it's skittish for these guys over the curbs. It's unpredictable. That's the word. It's unpredictable when they hit a curb. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, I think they are looking for a move of Automobilia, but I have heard no talks in their groups about moving games as of yet. So it's a countdown, you see, until all these streams drop, because everyone's moving over to another game. That's why I wasn't relieved that no, I want it to be a good game. I want VR, but I want it to be a good game because I think it raises other people around. Like I mean, is it a coincidence that there's a huge GT7 update coming, Spec 3, and a paid DLC with the proper one-player, single-player career thing that it should have had from the beginning? But I've always kind of felt like I need to. GT7's got a lot of issues, penalties being one of them. They're shocking. There's a lot of things wrong with the game, but I think a lot of missing content at the beginning is I think they just had to backtrack to PS4 because they didn't sell enough PS5s, because the chip in Thailand was being a bit of a bugger to get hold of, or the precious metal. So it was a really weird time at PS5 launch because you just couldn't get hold of them for love nor money, and GT7 was going to be a big title on the PS5, but it would have looked bad in sales. It would have looked like the least selling game that Gran Turismo had ever released, so they had to backtrack to PS4. So I think we lost a lot of content due to that. I don't think it was a true next generation racer. It was GT Sport 0.2. But hopefully with this new spec and that, I think it is just for PS5, so it might be more, probably 5 years too late, but what we should have had from the beginning, who knows? I'm no expert, and it seems like now it's the done deal. And I'm in younger groups. I'm an old man. I'm the kind of guy that used to, buy games. Oof. JW already testing the boundaries of the Megane. And it's not a lot of grip, he's realised out there. Sync Dash on his way, both on mediums. And E. Graham also opting for the medium tyre. E. Graham, I mean, my word, you've got to feel for the man. He has put that Megane in some superb places. He has had some amazing races, but with the unpredictability of the Megane, he has found himself having some real shockers, some real bad ones over curbs and ending up down the field. So he has had one of the unluckiest seasons. It has to be said, he should have been in the title fight. He really should have. He was a contender, ladies and gents, a contender. Groot, his season's been quiet, hasn't it? It's been quiet. He's been racking up points. He's doing okay. He just, I don't know, at the very beginning of the season, if I remember rightly, he was biting at the top, wasn't he? And I don't know if he lost love for the Megane or what what go on in the group camp, but it just seemed to go off the boil, didn't it? And he's had a relatively bit of a slow finish to the season. I don't think it helped him last round. I think he had to qualify. He opted to qualify on the hard tyre, so it's always you're always on the back foot there. And maybe the track just didn't suit him, but I just remember he wasn't there or abouts. McEwen started slow, but man alive, has he been hitting it hard lately? And he's been giving SCLD a lot to think about. And yeah, SCLD, I think he's had to raise his game. Mid-season, he's had to do what Piastri could not do, and get good. Oh, sorry, Pasty. Look, no one expected you to be in contention this season anyway. It was meant to be the year of Lando, so the fact that you actually spanked him at the beginning of the seasons, it's kept it interesting, didn't it? So McEwen then looking for pole, as will SLD. Evil Dragon staying quite close to our boy McEwen, the reigning champion. Looking for that toe, isn't he? He's looking for a toe buddy. Be my toe buddy, birds. So, and he's in the zone. Look at him, beautiful stuff. No air around his car, sir. It's just pure arrows. Nothing buffering. Oh, he's closing in though, and this is awkward under qualifying. This is where you don't want to be. You want McEwen to get a good drive through that corner, or maybe just. Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't it? Really close, but beautiful. But still now it's Evil Dragon. He's chosen to sit on the rear derriere of the McEwen. He's got to hope McEwen makes no mistakes, which, you know, ordinarily he doesn't. So it's a safe bet, some would say, for Evil Dragon right now. Ooh, I thought he'd lost the car there, but he just turned in a little tighter, didn't he, than McEwen? McEwen hanging it. Oh no, he's backed out. He's backed out. No, he's backed out of that one, ladies and gentlemen. It looked like it was good. It looked like he was holding up. Maybe he just felt too close to McEwen. Now he's giving himself a bit of space through the chicane. And the times are starting to come in with STD Ash was fastest, but the slid is going for gold. E. Graham also cutting the line faster than anyone has done before. And McEwen's time only good enough for fourth there. JW cuts a good time in third, with Adam jumping into fourth, knocking our reigning champion down. Look at the times, they're very tight. Maybe not up here. It's 600ths of a second between the slid and Graham, with JW nearly a second off of the leaders, but Adam's only 2/10 behind JW. We've got McEwen 400ths of a second off of the Adam. St. Dash 8/10. He's got to find some time there for the dash. Warwick in 7th on the medium tyres, 3/10 to find on the dash, with Evil Dragon, who we saw back out of that lap to go for a true lap here, and Groot again just starting his fastest lap. He took a very long out lap, it seemed. Do you know what? We'll stick with the group. Why not? Fresh board of times. A good look at the track. Trial Mountain, not Deep Forest. Beautifully executed there by the Groot. He's on it, ladies and gentlemen. Under the tunnel he goes, through the curve A, onto the straight, where you could skin up down this straight. Honestly, there's enough time. You could cook a bowl. You could cut a line. So it's a long straight. And again, beautiful stuff from the Groot. And he's looking for a good spot here. As he brings it around into the final section of the race. I haven't been keeping an eye on his sectors, sorry. But I think they would not come up as anything anyway. It's his first flying lap. So Groot then coming around through to the chicane. I think we're going to see a lot of action this evening, ladies and gents, in this area. This area could be quite a bit of a bottleneck for some of these racers, fancying it up the inside. And then the group then tears it up towards the line to place himself seventh. Wow, 7th. 2.3 seconds off of Slid. Slid is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Slid is going all the way to Glory Valley. So SCLD then, fastest man on track, untouchable. Some could say, some would say, the man is on fire. Is it the car? Is it the true grit and determination and skills of the pro sim racer? Who can say? But oh, it's finished. He's got his hazards on. I don't think he's on a run this time. But Slid really has raised the ball in this championship. E. Graham in second, half a second shy. Adam in third, the first of us. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. If she offers it you, don't eat it. And JW in fourth. JW then going across the line. Can he do any better this time around? Ooh, he goes faster but stays in fourth, but pulls himself 2/10 away from the Dragon. The Dragon not able to do anything in that lap. Warwick only a 10th off of the Evil Dragon. He's using his teammate there, very clever. Which is, who's that? JW, isn't it? JW is his teammate. If I go on JW and he's in a Pertec car, boom, boom. Look at that. I at least remembered two people in what car they're in. I am so bad. So McEwen 7th in qualifying. It is not working for him at the moment. No one is on the hard tyre. Groot's been shuffled back down again. It's just not happening for the Groot. Oh, Sid on softs. I apologise. That's why he's half a second faster than everyone. He's used the Joker. And I bet now he's thinking, Jesus, McEwen's off the pace. I could have saved that soft tyre. But you don't know, do you? You don't never not know. So he's covering his bases. He wants to start this race with a win, get those points on board above the McEwen. Now the McEwen is coming in strong like a Max Verstappen style shady character to come and steal a championship away that he does not deserve. So yeah, Slid doing all he can. He's lowering those ride heights and playing risk with the soft tyres. Adam in second. Great showing for the eBay driver. And I haven't seen much of Adam this season, I don't think. It doesn't feel that way anyway. E. Graham, he's just about to cross the line. The flag is out. Was that Adam there? No. So E. Graham, this is his last chance. What can he do? And it seems they're on medium, so second place is the only thing up for grabs. And he comes to cut the line. He stays in third. JW, he stays in fourth. Evil Dragon, behind those guys, goes up to fourth. Evil Dragon just pips JW at the end there for fourth place. Fantastic stuff. Warwick is in seventh with the Dash starting in eighth, and Groot still a chance. Still a slim chance for the Groot to better his chances. He's only 700ths of a second off of STD Ash. Boom. Boom, boom, go shake your room. The Groot smashes it at the end there. And the only person he hurts is STD Ash, unfortunately. Nasty boy, Groot. Couldn't let him have it, could you? Couldn't let him have that one. Slids in the pit lane then. as these guys show off their sexy liveries at the end of qualifying. So E. Graham starting in third. Adam has got no skin in the game, as you would say. Nothing going in this championship. So, but I mean, with Slid on those soft tyres, you imagine he is going to just disappear. So it's down to what points McEwen can rescue out of this. He did get fifth in the end. He must have, on his last lap. He strung something together and jumped up into fifth place. Still half a second off the Evil Dragon, though. Hey, that's quite a gap. It's a long track lap, though. You usually find you get bigger gaps. Right, we'll look at those results for you then. So, Slid is there at the top. The fastest man, but he was on those racing soft compound tyres. Adam, next fastest on the mediums, or the fastest on the mediums, ahead of E. Graham, who we know's got the pace, just hasn't had great luck so far this season. Evil Dragon, nice and consistent on the podium a few times. I think looking to get another podium here. McEwen is on a, well, I don't know what he needs more points than Slid at this point, and he's starting fifth. JW in sixth, Wadwick in seventh, Groot in eighth, and STD Ash is starting in ninth place. Grab your popcorn. Grab whatever it is that you like to nibble on, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be some tight, hard racing coming up your way. So brace yourselves. 11 laps of... it's definitely Trial Mountain, isn't it? Yes. I'm still not believing it. Oh, hang on. I'm being slow. There we go. And the lights aren't even on, so what are you worried about? So, they're waiting for the lights. That's a long wait. Man alive, I did all my settings in that time. And it's off now. Slid off to a great start. Adam was a little slow on the accelerator, if I had to call it. So E. Graham and the Dragon is on fire, but E. Graham's staying alongside teammates again. Are they going to work together? Oh, and McEwen just snuck one in there on the Dragon. Beautiful stuff, but it looks like Evil Dragon coming back up the inside of the McEwen. Is he going to get crushed in the wall? Nearly. And McEwen then ahead of Evil Dragon. What a start. Slid then, he should be just trying to ease away, get those tyres warmed up and ease himself away from the pack, with Adam under immense pressure from E. Graham. E. Graham looking very fast at the moment. McEwen up to fourth already. That's one place rescued. Is there more there? Evil Dragons. Oh, and the Groot has sent it hard, ladies and gentlemen. Sent it a little too hard, and he'll be happy to see the back of the McGann. I am sure. I'm sure he's blaming it all on the McGann. Slid leads with Adam in second. E. Graham fighting it out with the reigning champion. And E. Graham coming out tops. JW in a solid position, going for Evil Dragon. We saw Evil Dragon having such a good start, and now he's having a bit of a slip, ladies and gentlemen. Or is he? Or is he? We don't know. Yeah, having a slip. JW up into fifth. Evil Dragon, though, is on it like a car bonnet. And JW having to get a little aggressive there, letting Evil Dragon know where he stands in this order of things. And now Wadwick having nibbles. Wadwick having a little go, and Evil Dragon, he can't believe he was up there in fourth place at some point. And now shuffled down into sixth, fighting with the Pertec boys. They're teasing him. They're playing with him. St. Dash in eighth, not that far away from that battle if they all get into it. Although it does look like JW able to pull away from the Dragon at the moment. So St. Dash could still be in this race yet. And the Groot looking pretty battered there in ninth. Looking forward to his pole in the next race. Slid racing away from the scene, ladies and gentlemen. He is Tyrone, the getaway driver. Hire him today for any bank jobs, postal office pullovers, or I don't know if he likes to rear vans into windows, shop windows. I don't think people do that anymore. That was a 90s thing. That was the fashion for the 90s, is backing a transit van into a shop window and just oofing everything into the back of the transit. They were simple folk back then. Didn't need all elaborate plans. Transit van and a can-do attitude, and you could have the whole of New Look's front window display in the back of your van in 5 minutes. So Slid out there in the lead with Adam in second, E. Graham in third, McEwen in fourth, and he is very close now, very close to the Graham. Graham under threat from our reigning champion. There is only these 3 races and another 3 races for McEwen to try and turn over the championship, and at the moment the man he's trying to turn over is leading handsomely. So McEwen then sitting in 4th, but looking a little faster. Ooh, car couldn't decide if it wanted to straighten up there, and he's lost a bit of time to our boy E. Graham. And I don't know if you're hearing the iPad, it does sound a little loud. So on board with McEwen then, we're going to stay here for a lap, and why not? I think this is the good. Well, I know the Pertec boys are racing hard with JW Evil Dragon and Warwick, but I don't know, McEwen just seems to be on a bit of a push as he cuts in tight there, and he loses a bit more. I think he got in a little too tight there maybe, and he loses a bit more time to our boy Graham. Trying to get some power down in the McGann as we get on the straight to make a cocktail. I usually take this moment to have a sip of my drink. You'll be still getting some. No, well, 8 tenths I've heard. 8 tenths and less is the golden spot for the toe. So I'm not sure if he'll be getting any benefit being 1.1 seconds behind. And on lap 3 of 11, Adam's in the lead for some reason. Hang on a minute. Adam is in the lead. So is Adam on soft tyres as well? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Or did he qualify on mediums and then opted to go softs to go for the fight with Slid? And this is not what Slid needed right now. This was meant to be straightforward. And I'm sure Adam, it looked like medium tyres, but maybe I was tripping out, ladies and gentlemen, girls, boys, lizards and aliens. I may have got it wrong. It's often known that is an occurrence that happens quite a lot. So Adam on the soft tyres as well, giving Slid a bit of a run for his money and taking valuable points away. E. Graham, the gatekeeper of the podium, against McEwen, but McEwen just cannot cut it and get close enough to make an attack happen to the Graham. Evil Dragons found himself back ahead of JW, with Warwick still setting chase, but they're a second or so apart now as the dash closes in, and he looks like he's out of control, but he pulls it in there, ladies and gentlemen. And Singh Dash is making things happen in 8th place. Groot holding pace. He's got the pace in the car now. He's just again, it's one of those things where he's had a moment in the McGann and found himself just driving around on his own. It's like it's COVID all over again. He's self-isolating, ladies and gents. Bring back, well, I don't want to upset people, but let's just bring back the rules of COVID. We don't have to bring back COVID, obviously, because people died. No, I'm not looking for that. Although a good culling in this planet couldn't be a bit too much of a waste. But still, I'm not saying bring COVID back, but let's just bring COVID rules back. I like them. I liked not going anywhere and dealing with human beings. Adam then holding on to the lead very well indeed, with the Slid right there, 3 tenths adrift. It's a force to be reckoned with here, ladies and gentlemen. We saw Adam having he doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't show up week to week. Maybe a busy boy, signing autographs and all sorts of things. But when he does show up, man alive, does he slap? So Adam then crossing the line, nearly half a second now on Slid, but Slid really is giving him a lot to think about. It's not so easy when you've got a car up your chuff. Try and use a butt plug and get through your workday. See how that feels. You'll be distracted, trust me. So Adam, oh, a little wide on there for Adam, and that might be the opportunity Slid needs to get himself closer to this action. As they come down to the braking zone, he's got it within 4/10 of the eBay car. A 10th up on his best time so far. Adam is the fastest man out there, and again, is that a mistake from Adam, looking rather wide? And is Adam now starting to have to overdrive the McGann? And Slid in his wake, and Adam wants to break that toe. He says, no, I'm not giving you a toe. Oh, he's defending, ladies and gentlemen. Early defense because Slid's already through. So maybe Adam coming back in for the toe. There you go, very clever. Now Slid is doing a bit of defensive driving, but Adam said that's fine, I'm driving around the outside here, and this is one smooth action. There you go, that's what I call the pole driver. There you go, smash it. So Adam and Slid are having a race of the ages. E. Graham in third. He had problems with McEwen, but those problems are gone. McEwen 2 seconds behind, just trying to stay on pace. JW, oh, they've moved again. They're side-by-side action again up at the front as Adam keeps the lead. He took the lead after the end of the straight, didn't he? He lost it temporarily. So Adam still enforcing his domination, but Slid really is giving him some fears and scares. Some ups and some downs. So JW is healthily ahead of the Dragon. Again, so the Dragon's lost position there. Ooh, 202 and 201 last twice around. He's back on, oh, he's not even back on pace now, I'd say, ladies and gentlemen. So Evil Dragon losing, losing a bit of time. He's losing a bit of time there. It's trickling, and Wadwick has been caught by the Dash. 3/10 Dash is looking for a bit of action here. He can smell a position off of a Pertec car, and Adam leads from Slid with E. Graham in third comfortably. We've got a bit of battlage. We've got battlage up at the top there with these two on each other's tails, and Slid again on that toe. What's the move this time? Oh, he wants that inside line. He doesn't want to give Adam the inside this time, and he doesn't want to give him the toe either. So they're going side by side virtually into the corner, and Slid thinks this could be the one, but Adam's very brave on his brakes, very confident with the McGann, but Slid does make the move this time. It's happened. Can he maintain, ladies and gentlemen, above Adam, who is on form? Wadwick still holding off the Dash. It's all about the eBay cars today, ladies and gentlemen. They are in the races. Slid leads from Adam. Tenths, it looks like the Dash starting to slip off of Wadwick there, and is Wadwick looking into what Evil Dragon's about? Evil Dragon losing time, a second or so a lap each time around, and this one, that's more like it. That's more like it now. The Evil Dragon's into a rhythm, chasing down our boy JW, but JW's on fire. He is lit, ladies and gentlemen, matching Evil Dragon's best, and he's continuing on his way, and E. Graham still maintaining that nice gap from McEwen, but McEwen has shortened the gap a little bit by a second nearly. So E. Graham, either he's just having a little rest, or McEwen is raising it. And these two out in front on the soft tyres are absolutely cracking on with some hard racing, ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure. I said this could be a little bit of an interesting round with the braking zones, the nature of the toe. Adams lunged it up the inside. He's given it. That was a hit and a hope, I think. But he's maintained, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell? That one really did look like it was a bit of a all or nothing move. It was a bit late on the brakes, and he somehow pulled that one off. Beautiful stuff from Adam there on Slid, and I bet Slid didn't see that coming. I bet he was like, no way, man. E. Graham, 1.3 seconds. He's maintaining the gap from McEwen, the reigning champion. And he'll be rooting for Adam, I'm sure. We're lap 7 of 11. And Adam then out there in the lead. With Slid in second. Slid really going in there. With E. Graham there in third. He's maintaining. McEwen's not getting any closer. It's a tight race. One small mistake, these two will be absolutely upon each other. JW in fifth. He seems safe from the Dragon. And the Dragon, again, a nice gap from Waterwick. But Waterwick's lost that. He had a bit of an advantage on St. Dash, and now St. Dash is upon him. St. Dash is all there in his busyness. So, yeah, St. Dash all about that 7th place at the moment. He wants it. He wants it bad. Adam as well, giving a toe away. He's pulled to the inside as Slid goes there side by side into the braking zone together. Well, not quite. It's a long braking zone. And Adam very confident with those brakes. Goes very late on the brakes, but it's not worked this time and Slid's through. Slid is through and he's got a purple. And Slid then looking for taking the fastest lap away from Adam, and also taking the lead. Great move from Slid at the moment. What a championship he's had. You've got to say he probably does deserve the championship, but it's nice when it's still alive all the way up to the end, eh? But Slid so far. Oh, that was a hit on the barrier, I am sure. No damage though, but it's surely slowed him down somewhat. Adam takes the lead, and that's it. Just one little bit of lack of concentration is what it takes. E. Graham, solid drive for third place at the moment, with McEwen hunting him down, but just doesn't have the pace as E. Graham's got at the moment. JW. Oh, we got racing here, ladies and gentlemen. They've caught up Evil Dragon. Evil Dragon's had a moment. Evil Dragon's had an issue, and Dash has already got past Waterwick. Now St. Dash is not good enough for just 7th. The man who started 9th is up to 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Be upstanding for STD Ash. And it's just a bit of cream. It'll clear it right up. Evil Dragon then is in 7th spot, then slipping a position. Waterwick in 8th. This is some crazy stuff. A crazy swap of places as Waterwick slides the Weno around. Adam is in the lead after we saw Slid hit the wall. Hey, Throb's in the chat saying, good evening, sir. Well, hello to you. Hope you are well. Hope your Friday is treating you great. So, Adam, Vodkarov, did you buy PMR? Because I know you bought Rensport as well. I was slightly disappointed. And I feel I need to check in on you, how you're doing. Because that's, although I've heard there's a patch that's fixed it, it's all good. Go forth and race. So Adam. Oh, Vodka said yes. No, man. The hype train was good. I was excited about it. I was fully on board, and then they pulled the VR thing, and I was like, oh well. I know ACC is a good game, but I don't play it because of the no VR thing, because I really enjoy VR. And then I saw the streamers, and I thought that game doesn't even look as good as Toka 2. So how can that be said as the next generation of racing? So, but I've heard it's fixed now, so you're all good, bro. You're all good. Adam back in the lead. Slid chasing him down. We've got McEwen in third. Whoa, 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 whoa. Man alive, I've missed something huge here. E. Graham down in fifth. He did a 2:08, and I'm not going to get it on the replay. You know I'm not, because I caught it too late. See, there we can see one of the Pertec cars going by. I'm guessing that's JW. And yeah, oh, again, the same old story for E. Graham. Promising, but no prizes. Slids back in the lead from the Adam. Shortly, because Adam now back in the lead. Vodka Rob saying, to be honest, I got it, but I haven't had the time or the energy to play it yet. Well, that's all right, then. You missed out on all the rubbish stuff. The weird physics and the dodgy tyres and nasty AI. I think it's all sorted. So Adam then absolutely trying to keep this car behind, but Slid is a live wire. McEwen, this is the worst case scenario for Slid. This is not what he needed. McEwen behind him. JW up to fourth now. JW absolutely just keeping his head down, clean nose, and getting on with the business, and finding himself in the best of the rest just off the podium as E. Graham tries to hunt down a little bit of dignity left in this race for him. St. Dash absolutely lording it up into sixth with the Evil Dragon all up in his rear derriere, and Evil Dragon sends it. Absolutely. Can he keep it together enough? And he does, just about, to get the move done on the dash, dashing through the no, he's back ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Dragon has got a fight on his hand here as they are virtually side by side going into the final lap. St. Dash pulls ahead. Slid is leading the race, but Adam's slipping back. That's probably the furthest we've seen them apart throughout this race, ladies and gents. McEwen in third comfortably, 5 seconds from JW, who's got an uncomfortable finish with E. Graham in his rear derriere. It looks like he's broke the toe. Oh no, I mean, it's not going to be enough for Adam to get by, but he could close in. I imagine he can close in, and we know Adam's very confident on the brakes. But still, this is looking good for Slid. I've said this is the worst case scenario, but he's put a car between himself and the McEwen, and now he's leading this race by 4/10. But Adam's giving it his all in the final lap, and it was hard to call it either way for these guys who was going to win this race. And it's the Slid. It's the reason he's reigning. He's the leading. Well, what is it? Yeah, he's leading the championship, I'll say. Championship leader. Oh! Call the police! And Slid, yeah, Adam pulls over to let him through, but Slid goes through. He allows him to go through after that accident, and Slid takes the win. Where's the line? Oh my gosh, it's there. And Slid gets the win in the end. Adam just, oh, it just got a little exciting there. McEwen then comes home in third with E. Graham doing JW for fourth place and gets that one. JW in fifth. The dash, can he maintain? Because he's giving a toe to Evil Dragon as they get to the line. It could be either way, but it looks like the dash is just about to hold on to that one from Evil Dragon, and Warwick finishing in eighth. And Groot Oh, he lost a bit more time. I think he started out at Fanny Aston around, didn't he? 2:10 on lap 10. I think he did himself some donuts for the fun of it. So Groot then coming home in 9th place. Not what he's looking for, but I think he's all but done with this championship in his mind. There you go. Slid again on the top spot, looking absolutely distinguished as ever. Right, I'll remember this week to grab replays. I've been ill. I know. Why would you care? Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at the. Results. Slid then takes that win. He risked it. He risked the soft tyres, and he nearly didn't pay off for him with Adam giving him such a hard race of it. But in the end, it worked out okay. Adam just giving him a tap into the final corner, sending him a little out wide. But Adam taking full blame and lifting and waiting for Slid to come back through. And Adam coming home in second. McEwen getting a podium, still keeping that championship alive, although the gap has widened between himself and Slid. E. Graham in 4th with JW in 5th, St. Dash in 6th with Evil Dragon in 7th, and Warwick's finishing in 8th, and Groot having a mare in 9th. And yeah, St. Dash having the highest rise there. Well done, my friend. Very good indeed. Yeah, I've been a poorly boy. I had man flu. I got struck down by the evils of man flu. I think Sunday evening, I started feeling a bit rough last week, and I ended up being sick from work on Monday and Tuesday. And when you work nights, being sick is the worst, because you don't want to turn. You sleep. Well, I slept all of it on Monday, day and night. But yeah, you're kind of hanging around on nights and you don't know what to do with yourself. It's horrible. It feels worse being sick on nights for some reason. And Mrs. Thingamajig is absolutely, she has no, let's just say she couldn't have been a nurse. She's got no sympathy for the sick. So that's never fun, being ill around my wife, because it's like lots of eye rolls and lots of like, God, just go away. So yeah, I've been a poorly boy, and so if the stream doesn't sound as woo-hoo as normal, it might be because I wouldn't say I'm suffering. I'm all right. I just have, my throat still feels a little dry. I feel nasal. I feel like I'm talking nasally, but I don't know if I am. I can breathe up it. And yeah, and probably my energy levels are not. I'm sat down. I'm being lazy. I usually stand up doing my streams, just because I jump around a lot and get all silly. But I'm sat. I'll admit that much. But that was my week. Beautiful. Although I have through work. I mean, I think it's just for anyone, Silverstone. It's the lap of lights at Silverstone. And I mean, it's expensive. It's like, starts at 50 quid, but there is no way you get 50 quid is at 9:30 at night. That's when you get 50 quid to drive around Silverstone. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to do a lap of Silverstone. It's a slow lap, because you're just following lights, because it's a lap of lights. It's like a Christmassy thing anyway. But it looks really cool, but I'd say it's expensive for one, just to drive around Silverstone, the track just once, looking at all these lights. It's like, I think the top was 75 quid. So, is there no one out? I like to usually just watch someone. It's usually Evil Dragon, isn't it? Oh, well, we'll sit in Evil Dragon's car, why not? And yeah, it looks really cool, but because of where I work, I've said it on air, I don't think it's no secret, because I work for Williams, they got given 200 free tickets, because why not? You know what? I don't know. I don't know the reason. Is the partnership or something, or maybe they're putting a couple of cars there to be displayed. I haven't got a clue. But for some reason, Williams scored 200 free tickets, which they've just sort of said, you know, first come, first served. And boom, I only went and grabbed a ticket, didn't I? Yeah. So, yeah, me and the fam are going to drive up to Silverstone, I think 23rd of December, and drive around Silverstone, a lap of lights. It looks cool in the video. I don't know if it'll be that good. It'll probably be draining, absolutely bucketing it down, freezing cold, and half the lights probably won't work because this is the UK. But yeah, I'm quite excited about that. Here we go. Thank you, Evil Dragon. You're leaving me hanging, bro. So yeah, I've got that squared away, and it cost me 0. But I mean, except for the 2-hour drive now, so I don't think it's 2 hours, but the lengthy drive to Silverstone, then just to drive around the track once slowly, and then the lengthy drive back from Silverstone. But it's cool, man. It's cool. There is like I mean, as cool as it is working for an F1 team, obviously I've never, you know, I've done contracts at F1 teams, but being part of the team, it's a nice experience, and then these little bonuses that come out on top, it's nice. Warwick in the chat saying, I can't wait to get rid of this bloody Megane next season. See, it's not a loved car. It has produced some beautiful racing, though, from our behalf. From our side, it has been an exhilarating season. But I understand from you guys driving, it's not that big of a fun thing. And Vodka Rob saying, I thought you were going to say you missed out because of your man flu. That would have been my luck. No, I went back on Thursday and Friday. It was Wednesday night and Thursday night. But it was Thursday night they sort of announced it. So I think it had only gone live sort of 3 hours. So night shift probably got the first dibs on it, because a few of us got some tickets. So, and I think there's like, God, there's got to be thousands of people that work at Williams. So they're not going to go very far, luckily. So yeah, I've grabbed some. I'm well chuffed. That's why I'm boasting on here. Wadwick saying it's a spectacle to watch live, I imagine. Yes. Well, just because you think, you know, with those Atenzas, they were lovely, but there was no unpredictability about them. They were always solid, weren't they, in the corners and stuff? There wasn't that many mistakes made, but these cars, we've been seeing even the likes of the McEwen throwing it off. E. Graham can't keep it on the road for some reason. And yeah, it's just some of these guys that we would class as alien-esque are struggling, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. And Slid, I mean, he had I don't really remember, he had an okay season in the Atenzas, but he wasn't fighting championships or wins, was he, if I remember rightly? And he's come to the fore. So it's, I don't know, it's nice. It's nice seeing, it's obviously styles of driving, and the Megane obviously suits a certain style. The Ridge Racer, the ones brought up through Ridge Racer and Need for Speed, maybe. Maybe it's that kind of car. You wring its neck rather than drive it. It's been a while since I've driven the Megane. There's so many cars. I mean, I recently trekked myself, because I thought PMR was going to be great, I didn't buy the game, trust me. I saw the early stream. I've learnt now not to pre-order. I've learnt from past mistakes not to pre-order, just to wait. I know they make you lose out on things when you don't pre-order. I know they promise you the world if you pre-order and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, they're just things. They're just usually skins or something like that, or just a little extra money, in-game money. So but because there's been so many, hasn't there? No Man's Sky, I love No Man's Sky. It's fixed as hell now. It's a fantastic game, but when on release, I was there day one, and what a disappointment that was. Cyberpunk, I didn't buy it when it was broken, but I did buy it after it was fixed. I didn't get into it, but it was another game that came out. GT7 to some extent, but I still think GT7 was because they had to back code it to PS4. I think that was half of their problems. I felt kind of bad for them. Podkrovswijn. To be fair, I used to get a few nice perks working in football, like days out in the races and trips like Venice when we played in Europe. Yeah, they do a thing. They do a thing, and I mean, I've not heard anything yet, but they do a thing where you get to go and join the race team for 6 rounds, and there's like loads of people like sign up for it and stuff like that. So I've put my name down for that. So you never know. There might be 6 rounds this next season where I'm joining the race team, but we'll see. All right, let me get this information up. That caught me out. Okay, then JW starting from the top. Why would he start from the top? Slid in second. Adam. Yeah, it seems a bit of a mixed grid. JW. Oh, is it telling me the wrong person? Oh, it's one of them, isn't it? It's glitched. JW's not really up there at all. It is Slid ahead of Adam. And JW, it's just the computer has not decided where he is yet. Now he has. Now the computer's decided. It can work it out. 2025, ladies and gentlemen. The 5th generation of Sony console, built on two or three generations of Sega and Nintendo, and still simple things confuse the hell out of. This is why I'm not worried about AI. I'm not worried about a computer takeover, because they can't even wait. Oh no, McEwen sent it. McEwen having a bit of an issue there. Unbelievable. So Slid out in the lead on the medium tyres now. Adam on his medium tyres, chasing him down. JW's gone for a set of soft tyres. Maybe that's why the computer got confused. He's up to 3rd with E. Graham on the medium tyres. In 4th, we've got Evil Dragon on medium tyres in 5th, right up his teammates Chuff, with Wadwick in 6th on hards. Wadwick's gone hard. Groups on mediums, trying to make his way through the crowd today, with the dash there also on hards, and McEwen on those mediums. What go on with the McEwen, ladies and gentlemen? Or was it a grip issue? Was he helped? Braking, no one's in. No, I think just the rear caught him out there, ladies and gentlemen, and McEwen will be absolutely screaming in the cockpit of that car. Slid then out there in the lead with the JW, up to 2nd with those soft tyres. JW going for a slam dunk of a win here on those soft tyres, with E. Graham now up to 3rd. Who was up there? Adam. Adam slid down a few positions during the replay. It's like authentic to what Sky does. If only I could take a shot of their wives to show you. I would have loved to see McEwen's wife sat on the sofa as he screamed. She probably frowned at him and said, "Will you shut the f up? I'm watching It's a Celebrity." So, Slid leading the way. Whoa, squealy brakey, squealies. There's someone off. There is a Pertec off. He's coming back on. It's Wadwick. Wadwick is on those hard tyres, and it looks like grip is a huge issue here at Trail Mountain, as the dash 7th. Adam down to 6th. This is not the race he was looking for. And the group up to 5th. The group's come alive, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing, for the first time this season, it's the group. Evil Dragon there in 4th. We've got E. Graham now up to 3rd, with JW stuttering in 2nd. Get on with it, man. Use those soft tyres. Sid out in the lead. Slid really is looking to compound this championship today. He is destroying the man they call McEwen, who is finding himself 2 seconds behind the rest of the group. Luckily in this race, though, there is some hard runners, at least 2, with St. Dash and Wadwick, so McEwen could gain a couple of points here. And Adams on those mediums, but he's having a bit of a mare. I don't know if that's reachable for McEwen. Groot, well, Groot's having like a season like E. Graham, looking okay until it's not. So maybe that's achievable for the McEwen also. Evil Dragon in 4th, as E. Graham really is starting to... Ooh, we got a nice tight battle up here in the top 3, ladies and gentlemen. with Slid versus JW on the soft tyres. JW going for a toe. Don't mind if I do, sir. Up the inside, possibly. But Slid is maintaining, saying, you can't come over. I'll give you enough space, but you ain't coming over onto the racing line, son. Know your place. And Slid then, very clever, keeping JW boxed in on the inside there and not letting him come out for the corner. Really cost him there. And Slid racing smart at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Dragon slipping away. No, E. Graham slipping off even further behind his teammates. Evil Dragon. Adam in 5th, trying to keep Groot at bay. No, Adam's got through past the Groot. I think he was down in 6th, was Adam. So he's pulled off a move there on the Groot. But I don't think the Groot was too impressed by that and wants it back. He said, I feel like that was my position. You seem to have come in and taken that away. Rob saying, my dinner decision has gone out the window because I have left it too late. Oh, God. I was going to have Caribbean curry. Oh, man. I got brave at the work canteen. They were doing peri-peri chicken, and I've always thought it's too hot for me. But the barbecue chicken had sold out, so I had to have peri-peri chicken. And it was spicy, I must say, but it was really delicious. So, yeah, I was opening my horizons. Slid still leading this race from the JW. So I may have to go to Nando's sometime. Get my chav jeans on. Put my necklace on the outside of my T-shirt. Or buy a necklace and then put it on the outside of my T-shirt. And again, JW then going for the move, but it's just a little late on the brakes. But he's holding on to it. He's holding on to it, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go, JW then. How I took the lead of Trial Mountain with Slids jumping straight in for a toe, feeling he can still come back at this one. And E. Graham's back up ahead of his teammate Evil Dragon. Groot back ahead of Adam. I've missed all the overtakes. I was watching fighting though, in all fairness. It wasn't me just messing about. So JW then is ahead, but Slid really is hot on his tail. Fancying a piece of this, but JW says no. The Pertex will rise again. We will be on the top step. E. Graham closing in. Ooh, is that a little tap on the barrier? It seems he got away with it. Evil Dragon there in 4th. We got the Groot in 5th, keeping Adam at bay in 6th. We got McEwen up past the hard guys, Dash and Warwick running the hard compound. So McEwen does gain those 2 places. He is aiming for a bit of Groot and Adam action. Adam grabbing a toe from the Groot down the straight. Groot then, not the type to just roll over and take it. What's he got in store? He's stuck on the outside. And Adam takes control of the corner, and there's not much Groot can do about that, really. Ooh, or maybe if he gets a better drive out of the corner, he can get his wheel up alongside. Ooh, it's tight, ladies and gentlemen, but Adam's got that inside line, and he gains the position. Beautiful stuff there from Adam and Groot. Beautiful racing, guys. McEwen definitely is catching them up, I think. JW still cannot shake off the Slid, whilst E. Graham has got his teammate Evil Dragon close in tow. Adam ahead of the Groot, and Adam doing fine. JW virtually matching his fastest lap. I thought it looked weird. I had to go back and look again. So JW creeping away from Slid now, and Slid's got that 2-second gap from E. Graham, and E. Graham's really got Evil Dragon to worry about. McEwen's got himself past the Groot. Oh no, it's happened, ladies and gents. It's happened again. What did you do? So Groot, ooh, there's not much grip on the inside of that corner, sir. And there you go. Boom. So Groot having a bit of a moment. He did cut that corner a lot, though. I mean, I don't know what he thought could have happened. JW still under pressure for this lead. Slid is back ahead. My word, he is driving out of his skin, ladies and gentlemen, this season. JW using the soft tyres in the midst of the corner. The grip advantage helping him out, and he's going for fastest lap. But Slid's again out there on the outside. What are we, lap 5 of 11? Can they maintain this level of racing throughout, ladies and gentlemen? It is tight, virtually side by side as they go. And JW then just about nose in front as the Slid again looks for a bit of a tow and a late break into the chicane. But JW's got it under control. And JW, my word, under this much pressure, it's going to make him a diamond, ladies and gentlemen. Slid desperate for the wins, and McEwen, he knows he's down in 6th. Again, a big points haul over his closest contender in the championship. But Slid being driven by something other than the championship. And oh, how did he get away with that, ladies and gentlemen? Groot will not be pleased. He just touched the grass instantly and spun the hell out. And Slid got it sideways on the grass and still maintains. There you go. JW then leads the way, with Slid in hot pursuit. E. Graham in 3rd, pulling away now from his teammate. He's got the fastest lap, and is E. Graham going to be able to take the race to the guys ahead of him? Adam in 5th. He's done away. Oh, we saw the Groot have a crash and fall, crash and burn. McEwen then in 6th place on the comeback tour. St. Dash in 7th. He's only a second ahead of Wadwick. It's still all to play for down here with the Groot 2.5 seconds adrift. It's going to be a big job for the Groot to come back in this race. Slid out there in the lead. No, JW is. No, Slid is. So Slid trying to keep it together at the moment. As JW harasses and harangues him, gets all up in his business. He's doing everything he can to be a distraction and a menace to our boy Slid at the moment. Now remember, Slid got a knock in the final lap into the final corner, and JW wants to be very careful of that. And E. Graham is catching him up, ladies and gentlemen. E. Graham is definitely in the picture for the win. We're on lap 7 of 11. JW now has it. Oh, although E. Graham went very wide there. Did he get back on the track? He did. He did. I just saw in the background he went rather wide. And Slid is in the lead with JW. Maybe just biding his moment, just sitting there waiting to pull the trigger again up the inside on those brakes, using the best use of the soft tyres. He pulls off a pull and overtake for that lead. Beautiful stuff from JW. Banging, driving, sir. Sid getting a tow, and also E. Graham getting a tow. This is getting fruity. Slid getting out of the tow, pull alongside, nearly 3 wide, coming down. Oh my gosh, guys. E. Graham's going for the latest on the brakes, the latest and the bravest up the inside of the Slid, but it's JW that's coming through. No, it's not. Slid's still holding on. They're still 3 wide as Slid comes up the hill. It's tight. E. Graham stolen second from JW. And JW, he's really got to dig deep and find something in these corners. Slid leads the race for now. E. Graham fancies a piece of that action. And JW, who it looked like a slam dunk for him, is starting to see the win trickle away. Evil Dragon in 4th, there to pick up any pieces if anyone makes a mistake. And McEwen 7 seconds behind him, but only a second behind Adam. Adam finding his pace. Possibly, no. I think that's actually McEwen's moved past Adam. Adam did a 2:03 last time around. St. Dash in 7th ahead of Wadwick, but Groot is closing in on the hard runners. So that is something for him to do. Slid, half a second ahead of Graham. Graham with his hands full with JW now is giving Slid an opportunity to pull out a small gap. A small gap to get on with a bit of wriggle room for racing. So Slid at the moment though knows we're coming up to the tow zone, and that is when things get rather interesting. It's Slid though, E. Graham, he's going to pull up close to him, but JW also in that tow. On board with JW. As he tries to hammer the McGann down the straight. He's having a look, there's nothing happening. E. Graham going for a bit of a late break on Slid, but nothing there. Maybe enough to pull up alongside JW. Now they're tight again, ladies and gentlemen. JW with that corner grip advantage. He's looking to get it done down here, up the inside. Oh my word! E. Graham cutting us off there, going for the move that JW was lining up. Crazy stuff, beautiful stuff. And E. Graham takes the lead of the race ahead of Slid and JW. That it was immense. And E. Graham then and JW now moving through on the Slid. Slid struggling in this last couple of corners. And E. Graham's going to try and make hay and pull away from these guys as they do battle. JW in 2nd, Slid into 3rd. Evil Dragon on his own in 4th. McEwen making his way through the crowd today in 5th. Adam in 6th. St. Dash in 7th, but he's being hotly pursued by the Wadwick. And Wadwick now going for a move up alongside. E. Graham still leads from JW, Slid in 3rd. We're watching Wadwick going at it with the Dash. They're both on hard tyres, and Groot has closed in on them after a small mistake. And he's trying to gain position. He's on the medium tyres around the outside of Wadwick, but not quite sticking it there. Oh, Wadwick getting a bit of a slide on as, Groot goes up and ahead. So Groot makes the move there, and it's the Dash ahead. What's going on up here? E. Graham versus JW, who's got a good tow. Slid's dropped quite a bit back, 1.5 seconds. And JW then, he still wants to win here, but it's not happening. E. Graham absolutely slapping at the moment. JW though gets the better drive out of the corner. There's a little bit of door rubbing, as there should be in touring cars. And E. Graham and JW far from over. I'm sitting on a replay of when we saw E. Graham cut in and take the lead of the race, but the action's too thick and fast for us to watch. So JW back in the lead then. E. Graham in 2nd, and Slid just losing the toe of the leaders there. He's going to have to dig deep. We are 2 laps away from the end. So JW crossing the line. Start lap 10 of 11, and E. Graham there in 2nd place with Slid in 3rd. Right, let's have a quick look. So they're coming up into the corner. We were on board with JW. He was lining up the move. He was lining up the move on the pair of them, I'm sure, going down into the corner. He fancied it, and E. Graham just slams it in there, in that little gap, and somehow pulled off a fantastic move there. Great stuff. But it's all changed later as we find out, because JW back into the lead. on the penultimate lap. E. Graham in second, Slid in third. Then we have Evil Dragon on his own in fourth. We got McEwen making his way in fifth. Adam in sixth. His first race truly outshone his second. The medium tyres not agreeing with him as much, we think. And then Groot has cleared the hard runners now up and into seventh, with St. Dash in eighth and Warwick is in ninth. But JW still under pressure. Still under pressure from the Graham. It's not over yet, ladies and gents. Vodka Rob saying fish and chips or Mackies. Yeah, I don't like too much spice. Vodka Rob saying I never minded as much when I was a drinker though. And Throb saying threading the needle, eh? That was certainly threading something into a very tight position. So JW then leads this race so far. E. Graham, do not count him out. Slid in third. It's okay, but it's only another 2 positions, but he's still ahead of McEwen, which is important. And Evil Dragon 7 seconds ahead of McEwen, so there's no fear of McEwen getting another spot there. So Slid maybe just settling down for that third. Doesn't want to lose total control of the car. And JW or E. Graham have got no skin in the championship whatsoever. So their points are not, they're not hurting anyone up at the front. So JW just maintaining, trying to keep hold of the situation. Down the long straight, E. Graham looking for a tow. JW goes defensive. Coming up to the braking zone, we know E. Graham is very brave on the brakes in this area, but JW with the grip advantage mid-corner. Gets a good drive out, but so does E. Graham. E. Graham going faster than anyone's gone before in that sector. And JW he's got a fight on his hands on this final lap to keep E. Graham at bay. And Sid really has backed off that race there. And Slid JW then, it looks like it's going to happen for the Pertec team. Just the chicane to do. Evil Dragon, E. Graham too far back, and that is it. JW, after a hard fought race, takes the spoils, ladies and gentlemen. For the win is JW Talks Sport. Brilliant stuff. E. Graham for that second and Slid in third. Evil Dragon comes home in fourth, ahead of McEwen, who had early woes and slipped down the field, got himself back up to fifth. Great drive. Sixth from Adam, who just didn't have the pace on those medium tyres. And Groot in seventh, another one who had to fall off the road and come back up to seventh place for the Groot, with the Dash winning the battle of the hard-ons. And Warwick bringing it home in ninth. Great racing from everyone involved, as always. Beautiful stuff. 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. 3 wide through half a lap. Doesn't get much better than that. And there we go. JW on the top spot. And I'm sure he's so pleased he put the Pertec overalls on. So, JW, well done. We salute you, sir. I don't know if JW's won a race, to tell you the truth, whilst we've been streaming. I don't remember him winning a race. So, welcome to the winner's circle, sir. So your results are there for all to see. JW taking a win ahead of E. Graham. And what a win as well. A win of ages, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-way fight for a majority of the race. JW never not under pressure at any point in that race. He had to race hard and he had to race fast. So wonderful stuff from JW. E. Graham put it all in there, didn't he? He was the fastest man on track with the medium tyres, and slid there, slipping away at the end, the last lap or two. I don't know, just couldn't stay with him. Finishes in third. Evil Dragon in fourth. McEwen in fifth. Adam finishing in sixth. Groot finishes seventh. With the dash in eighth, we've got Warwick in ninth. So as they just reload in for the third and final race, round 18, sorry. I'm quite peckish. I might just quickly go and see if there's something in the cupboard I can eat. Someone's going out. Is it my buddy Evil Dragon? Of course it is. Of course it is. All right, then. I'll be back in 2 ticks. I'm really hungry. I found some chocolate digestives. And sod all else in them cupboards. That's the problem when you've got kids about. Teenage kids anyway, because they just don't stop eating. And I know it's a growing thing, but I had nachos. That was going to be my dinner tonight. I was going to the old El Paso nachips in a bowl, grate a load of cheese over the top of them, then more nachips on top of that, and then more grated cheese, then put it in the microwave to melt the cheese, and that was going to be my dinner. No, the 15-year-old's already ate the nachips. He was hungry apparently, so I don't know. I have to go to Tesco after this, buy food. Do you know what? I might treat myself also, Rob. I might go to friggin' Mackie D's. I might buy a quarter pounder with cheese and Big Mac. Go for the double burger order. To hell with it. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm really hungry. Because I've been living on tomato soup for the last 3 days because my throat hurts. And now my appetite's coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance. I just want to eat everything. Oh, big, fat, dirty, greasy kebab. Go to Nick's Burgers and have a monster burger. We've got one of them 24 hours a day on top of, like, there's a hill where we live, Portsdown Hill. Oh, we're starting in a minute. Yeah, there's a burger van permanently fixed up there, and they do like monster burgers where they're just huge, greasy heart attacks in a bun, but they're gorgeous. I could go up there and get one of them. I might do that. That's closer than McDonald's. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I'm just going to sit here fantasising about food now for the next 20 or 30 minutes. Here we go. We're going into a race. That'll distract me. I'll try and quickly finish my digestive. Right, reverse grid. Roderick's on the mediums. Dasher's on the mediums. Groot's on softs. Adam's on the mediums. McEwen's on hard. Dragon's on hard. Slid's on mediums. Hards for Graham. Mediums for JW. Warwick then leading them away, but Groot's the man to watch there in third place with the soft tyre. Beware, beware. The Groot is there. Adam sliding one up the inside of the group, but not enough. Not enough, Groot says. Groot maintains that third, but Adam is there. He's a predator. The predator of Groot, and Groot now is down to fourth place. And Adam taking that spot away. No, is he? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. We haven't decided yet. Seems like Adam's got it because Slid now has just eased himself up into fourth. McEwen, where the tarnation is Groot. Do you know what? I didn't even see him go off. But he's ended up shuffled to the back with those soft tyres. Waderick still leads ahead of the Dash. These two hard battling in that last race have continued onwards. Adam 1.5 seconds behind them in third, with Slid also coming through the field with McEwen right close behind him. And yeah, that is a tight battle, a championship battle on track, ladies and gents, with Slid and McEwen duking it out on the tarmac. Groot slowly climbing back through the field, fighting with the winner of the last race, JW. And Groot then dancing around, trying to find a way through. There isn't much room there as E. Graham and Evil Dragon duke it out for the final places on the grid. They're on the hard tyre though. St. Dash going for the lead again. Well, he was in the lead, wasn't he, against Wadwick? So the eBay car leading the way with Adam there in third. We've got Slid now in fourth, breaking away from this battle. Groot's up to fifth. But it looked like he had a little tap with the barrier there, and that's helped McEwen through, as it has helped with JW going through as well. Then they are all swapping places down in the mid-pack, ladies and gentlemen. It's a free-for-all down there. Fifth place for McEwen, JW in sixth, Evil E. Graham. Very wide there for E. Graham, puts him to the back now. Like I said, it's a free-for-all. It's a Bonnie Blue party. McEwen there in fifth with Evil Dragon now in sixth, Groot in seventh. Groot saying, coming through, I'm on the soft tyres, excuse me, if you don't mind, I'm coming through. Ooh, just a little bit more space there, please, sir. I'm just coming through, don't mind me. That was a tough one, 3 wide. But they all survived, which is very nice. Groot's in seventh, JW fighting hard to stay ahead of them, and McEwen pulls away as Wadwick slipping to fourth now, with Slid getting ahead, Adam getting ahead, and the Dash leads the way. The two eBay cars at the top of the pack, and eBay will be pleased about that, I'm sure. Screw you, Amazon, they say. And car boot sales from around the world. I mean, literally, that's what eBay is, isn't it? It's just an internet car boot sale. People selling their tat. STD Ash all right at the moment though in the lead, with Slid going through on Adam. The determination in Slid is unfathomable. It's amazing, ladies and gents. can tell that he wants this championship. He's not letting anything go. He's racing every corner, every possible corner, every angle. A lot of congratulations in their chat. Must be a first win for JW for a while, so everyone giving him a huge congratulations. Slid though coming up to the dash, going for the move. Oh, Slid driving out of his skin, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be sad to see the Renault go, I imagine, as it looks like it's a done decision on the Renault. I think we're going to see Hyundai. I don't know why. I think it was the Hyundai that was getting the votes. Which means I'm going to be singing Radiohead at every song, at every track, sorry. So Slid out there in the lead with the dash in second. We got Adam in third. Warwick still in the fighting position. He's still with that top four, and there is still everything to race for. Keep pushing, my friend. Keep pushing with everything you've got. Zone in. Zone in to what is in front of you. Everything else is just noise, sir. Groot up to fifth now with those soft tyres. He is on the attack now, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his gaunts up. He is on the motion for promotion. JW sixth, holding on in there with McEwen coming through in seventh. McEwen on the hard tyre, finding this one a tough one as E. Graham starts harassing and haranguing McEwen now in the depths of Mordor, right down at the other end of the pack. Some absolutely legends driving down here, but they're on the hard tyre, so it's tough to gain on these guys ahead unless they make a mistake. JW in sixth. Groot up to fifth, 2.5 seconds from Warwick. And Groot on the soft tyres should be able to catch up, should be able to rock up to the back of Warwick. Then what have we got going on up here then? We've got Slid in the lead, having a season and a half. Absolutely flinging the Ginsters Renault at the Serenary, doing a beautiful job. Sync Dash, he's seen JW take a win here and feels it's achievable. Dreams can happen. So St. Dash looking to try and topple the domination of the Slid at the moment. Then we have Adam in third. Warwick in fourth, and Warwick's got the pace of Adam there to try and bring that race to Roderick, and Groot is looking to throw a cat amongst the pigeons right now to try and get into the hen house and say he is the big cock. JW, winner of last race. E. Graham is ahead. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, it's Adam. Adam's made a small error. A small error has cost him third place, and that puts Warwick back into the action. Groot up to fourth. JW up and into fifth, as Adam, the first of us, is struggling. And the hard runners are all up and in his business. He's got the boys with the hards on right behind him. Not really where you want the boys with hards on to be. So Adam, he wants to get away from this. Pick up the soap, boy. Slid still leads. but St. Dash giving him a run for his money. St. Dash going late on the brakes there, going for a hit of hope, and it hoped well because he's pulled himself out ahead of the Slid. So the Dash now leads this race. What can he do with it? Warwick in a podium position. It is upside down day. Stranger Things must be getting released soon, because I keep seeing a lot of chuffing adverts about it, and it seems like we're in the upside down with St. Dash and Warwick fighting hard. Lap 5 of 11. St. Dash then trying to maintain the lead, but Slid is on a season and a half. Has no one told Dash? Has no one told Dash that Slid is absolutely slapping? He's cooking this season. Don't get in his way. He's a chef. The Dash, though, cares not. Cares not for that. He wants to win. And why the hell not? Slid then goes and pulls up ahead of St. Dash with Warwick in third. Warwick is getting tight, though. Groot is closing in. Groot is bringing the noise. He's bringing the party with him. So Warwick, he's going to have to start getting defensive soon on against a set of soft tyres. JW in 5th, with E. Graham still ahead of our boy McEwen, champion from last season, and losing points on the championship leader. Evil Dragon in 8th, and Adam has slipped to the back. It's got even worse for Adam this lap. Slid and Dash through the snow on a 1-horse open sleigh. Dash gets the lead ahead of Slid, but Slid's got that inside line. The Dash, nothing he can do about that. Slid absolutely outsmarted him in that corner, got the inside line and felt it coming out, as the Dash then slips back into second and sets chase again. But Dash giving it an absolute home run hit, ladies and gentlemen, here at the moment. Lap 6 of 11. Groot's up to third. Groot has annihilated the Warwick and took short time in doing so. So the Groot up and into third now and moving on. The Dash is the next on his list. And Slid. See, everyone's got a list. Santa, the government, and so has Groot. Warwick in 4th, with JW in 5th, E. Graham in 6th. Even Epstein had a list. They're not releasing it though. McEwen in 7th, Evil Dragon in 8th, and Adam in 9th. So it's the Groot who's the predator in the field at the moment. Dash and Slid just trying to have themselves a fun little race, unconcerned of what lurks behind. St. Dash 7/10 adrift of the Slid now getting on with business and trying to get out the way. Maybe he knows what is coming, the tornado that comes their way. Warwick, solid 4th at the, sorry, I'll get there. Solid 4th at the moment, 2.5 seconds ahead of his teammate. And his teammate, as long as he doesn't get sloppy, should maintain 5th there ahead of the hard boys. McEwen being absolutely contested by Evil Dragon, and it is not his round, is it, McEwen? This could be that we see his championship fizzle and fade, ladies and gentlemen, as Slid reigns supreme in Trial Mountain, and the McEwen withers. Although he's just got himself back ahead of the Evil Dragon, so do not count him out ever again. E. Graham, though, in 6th, pulling nicely away from the McEwen. Evil Dragon in 8th, and Adam just not... He had an absolutely banging first race, and a mid-second race, and his third race has been balls. Smelly, sweaty, dangly balls. Slid pulling away from the Dash, but the Dash has got new problems, called Groot, who's just taken the fastest lap of this race and is coming through with great eagerness. And Groot there, straight up the inside. I thought he was wasting no time there. He isn't wasting any time. Straight up the inside. Bish, bash and bosh. Thank you very much, Dash. I'll see you on the other side of the flag. And that Groot's up to Tekken then, and he's hunting himself a Slid. If he really was a good teammate, he'd take Slid out. Destroy his race, try and stop him and let McEwen through from 7th. But Slid at the moment maintaining the lead. We're on lap 8 of 11 of this third race, and Slid has been maintaining a very high score ratio here. There's a win and a second, I'm not sure. Win and a second I think he's had, and another win looking, unless Groot can do something about it. As the sun sets here at Trail Mountain, the beautiful sights of the scenery, and these cars still pushing on. Wadwick still fancies a podium here against his adversary, Sink Dash. We've got JW all on his own, isolating. E. Graham and McEwen and the Evil Dragon having an absolute contest on those hard tyres, duking it out for 6th, 7th and 8th. And Adam in 9th. He checked out of this race. I think he has checked out. I think he's on pause. I think he's on AI driver. Slid then, heading towards the line. Start lap 9 of 11. And Groot in 2nd. And Groot looking to hit Slid this lap harder than those aeroplanes hit the towers. Dash in 3rd, Wadwick in 4th. We've got JW in 5th. We've got E. Graham in 6th. We've got the McEwen in 7th, Evil Dragon in 8th, and Adam in 9th. But Adam's checked out, ladies and gentlemen. Adam has left the building. Well, thank you very much. So Slid maintaining purples. He knows the jeopardy of what comes his way, and it's the Groot. So Dash, his problems now are behind him with Wadwick and not what's ahead of him in the shape of Groot and Slid, who are duking it out. It's just them two now. Groot on the better tyre. Now let's just think how Groot has turned this race around. I muted it. I coughed. I muted it before I coughed. See? I do care about you. Oh, Groot being caught out by Slid's braking a little bit there. He has to ease off a little. Can't make the overtake straight away, but I think that's enough now for Groot to try and swoop in and take the win. He's helping his teammate by taking points away from the Slid, but Slid is not messing about. Fight of the ages here betwixt these two. Groot alongside virtually, yes. It's going to be a late break into this one. Groot's got grip advantage and he tries to use it, but Slid absolutely slapping at the moment. He does fall to 2nd though. Dash in 3rd, with Wadwick closing in even tighter. We've got JW all by himself. We've got E. Graham ahead of the McEwen. It does look like McEwen's trying to come back at E. Graham. But E. Graham standing firm. McEwen in 7th. Evil Dragon in 8th. And the Adam checking out. Groot still only just in the lead with Slid getting a tow. We're on lap 10 of 11 here. Penultimate lap. And Groot would want to be running away, but with the toe being so strong down the straight here, it's a long straight. It's not that the toe's too strong, it's just the straight is very long. But somehow Groot maintaining to stay ahead of Slid. And it's a tough battle. It is a tough battle out there for the lead. As the dash still maintaining, but Warwick does look a little bit closer, and so does JW, in all fairness. So we might have a bit of a duke out for that final podium position. And Warwick now is definitely in a fighting position. He has taken the stance. He is in the crane kick stance maneuver. And the dash, he's going to have to fight all the way through this final lap to maintain that podium. Slid losing a bit of ground to the Groot, and the Groot, it looks like it's a slam dunk. The only person who can take this win away from Groot is Groot. Stay off those curves, sir. Do not cut that corner too tight like last time. Be a good boy. Drive carefully. Slid having a wiggle in mid-corner. The dash, though, is in trouble because Warwick has got the momentum. Warwick has got the motion. And JW definitely closing in on these guys. Dash might be slowing Warwick down a little bit at the moment and bringing JW into the talks. E. Graham, 6/10 ahead of McEwen. McEwen's been pushing hard to try and get that position back, but E. Graham is too strong a contender, and Evil Dragon has stayed in the fight all the way as Adam has gone for a goon. And Groot, 8/10 lead now. Slid will be getting a bit of a toe, but I think it's all just a little bit too much, just too little too late for Slid, and he really just needs the Groot to make one of his usual mistakes. No, I'm joking. I jest. The Groot's not going to mess this up, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting purple sectors. He's bringing it home. Warwick still all over the dash. Something's changed. Something has changed. E. Graham, we've got a yellow flag up ahead. I don't know who, though. It's none of our drive. Oh, it must be they're coming across Adam. But yes, McEwen made a move on the Graham there, and the Graham snatched it back, so no concerns. As Groot brings it through the final chicane, and the Groot absolutely driving from the very back. Has had to come through all adversaries to take the win. Great drive from the Groot there. Superb stuff. With Slid in second, never off the podium, was he, this weekend? Warwick in third, Dash in fourth. Oh, Warwick got the dash. Oh, poor Dash. JW in fifth. We got E. Graham coming home in sixth, ahead of our reigning champion McEwen. Evil Dragon in eighth, and the Adam now, I think it's back under his control, is it not? No, maybe not. Coming home in ninth. My word indeedly. My word indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Three different winners tonight. That's good fun. Slid absolutely slapping and picking up a huge amount of championship points against his adversary, the McEwen. So we are shaping up for a final round where it looks like Slid may already need to do very little to take this championship. Groot then takes the win. Brilliant stuff from Groot, adding more points to the Red Line team. Slid gets that second place with Warwick in third. Well done, Warwick. Superb. Dash or Warwick would have been absolutely cracking. Either one of them on the podium, but Warwick did the hard work. He got the job done. Dash in fourth, with JW in fifth, E. Graham in sixth, McEwen in seventh, losing a lot of points, should we say. So Evil Dragon in eighth, and the Adam, he finished a lap down in ninth. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more to go. One more to go. Can you handle that? We'll see. Thank you for the organisers for sorting all of this racing business out. Special thank you to the Dash for making the championship tables easier for me to read. And a huge thank you to you guys out there who interacted and who have watched. I appreciate you all. And I will see you on the next time. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.